think the Eagles will bounce back. I honestly think the Eagles will bounce back.
Tony, when we failed to qualify for Gabon and Equatorial Guinea, our football went down. In 25 years, we have not missed the Nations Cup.
And immediately we got to the height.
We got to the height. Our football, even when Kashish came on board, he said he was going to do a rebuilding process. It started with the home-based players. We are on level 1. But we won the Nations Cup. Nigeria shot the Eagles to level 10. Realizing that the Eagles is on level 1, we have not gone to level 2. Because going to the Nations Cup, nobody expected the Eagles to get even to the semi-finals. So the thing is, because we raised the expectations of our boys, and we got them to a platform where we felt there was nothing that would happen to these boys.
Okay.
But it's not like going with just a win in 11 games in a year.
Anyway, keep your comments coming. We'll continue to read your thoughts and your reaction to all that has been going on. Oyo Sports News, at Oyo Sports News says, MON, Felix Owolabi is referring to Felix Owolabi. He says, MON has said it all. All hands must be on deck now to get 12 points and make it 13. God help us. It means we have 4 games left. We must win those 4 games to get 12 points. With the one that we have already to make it 13, that will be good enough to keep us probably on top of the group. So let's see how far we'll go with that. All right, let's go very quickly and take a look at issues one after the other. Let's start with an update around the Nigeria Football Federation. Well, we thank God that there's peace, sort of, and things are moving on as FIFA directed. But we've been told that Warri will be hosting the Extraordinary Congress of the Nigerian Football Federation on the 20th of September. That's the information that we have. So this will happen, and then according to FIFA directives, Aminu Maigari will organize another congress that will be elective, and hopefully we'll get a new executive committee that will pilot the affairs of Nigerian football for the next 4 years. We'll talk more extensively about this one next week when we have more information around that extraordinary congress that will be taking place in Warri. That congress will decide the date and the venue for the new elections as well next week. All right, let's talk about this one. The Golden Eagles, Zumnodi, you've been following this story, are set for Gabon. At last, they will be heading to Gabon, but I doubt if they will be getting to Gabon on time for the game tomorrow. And, okay, I'm getting signals that we have Demola Lajire joining us on the line now. Okay, we'll get across to Demola Lajire later on. We're trying to reach him. Once we reach him, we will get him on the show. But Zumnodi, you've been following what's been going on around the Golden Eagles. What is exactly the situation? Because they weren't given visas to Gabon. They said the Gabonese were afraid of the Ebola virus. CAF stepped in. Why the delay?
Well, CAF only restricted games to be moved to neutral venue. Games involving Liberia, Sierra Leone, and one other country. But Nigeria is not part of that. Playing your games in neutral venue. So the team went through Lomé. They went straight to Lomé to Togo by road. When they got to Lomé, they had to connect a flight from Lomé to Libreville, that's Gabon. They've already had their box, their luggage on board, and suddenly they were told, my friend, you can't go.
Okay, let's go about to Demola, because Demola looks like he has some latest stories for us, updates around the Golden Eagles. Demola, what was the comforting news that the Eagles will finally be leaving for Gabon? Can you give us more information about that?
Thank you very much. After our, correspondence with CAF, concerning the fact that our boys were disembarked at the Eyadema airport in Lomé, Togo, CAF contacted the Gabonese SA, and our embassy in Libreville also waded into the matter. So now they have sent us a letter, that is CAF, that Askai Airlines will lift our delegation from Lomé tomorrow, Saturday, and the match has now been moved to Sunday at the same time of 3:30 p.m. at the Stade Augustin Monidan de Siban. So that is the latest. But we have also sent a mail to CAF to the effect that yes, we're ready to bear, the extra cost of sleeping over in Lomé, but in case Askai does not leave our delegation on Saturday, that is tomorrow, then we'll have no choice than to return to Nigeria. And of course, CAF will have to decide, the qualifying fixture, and certainly in our favor. Yeah.
Well, Demola, is this disturbing that as world champions at this level, the Nigerian team is being subjected to things like this? And can you confirm to us the reason why the Gabonese government are insisting on the Nigerian team not coming into Gabon? Because the story we hear is that it's because of the Ebola virus and all of that. Can you confirm that to us and the situation that we just spoke about?
Yes. The truth is that, in fact, it took the intervention of CAF for the Embassy of Gabon in Nigeria to issue a delegation with entry visas. And they had actually, been talking about the fact that their government does not want anybody or any delegation from countries, that have cases of Ebola to come into Gabon. As a matter of fact, the match commissioner appointed by CAF for the Flying Eagles African Championship qualifier against Lesotho, in Kaduna, also from Gabon, but he pulled out, and CAF had to appoint someone else, and before the Lesotho people also refused to fly into Nigeria. But as far as we are concerned, this, they're overblowing this matter. The Ebola issue has been largely contained within our country, and we have told CAF that, and our delegation, players and officials heading to Gabon all have, Ebola-free medical certificates. So we're surprised at the attitude of the Gabonese government. This very harsh and unfair treatment of players below the age of 17, is very unwelcome. And we don't, we are not taking it lightly, and we actually want CAF, to determine this qualifying fixture if Aska Airlines, fail to lift our players on Saturday.
Well, thank you so much, Demola Olajire, Director of Media, Nigeria Football Federation, for speaking to us on Sports Tonight and for clearing the issue. Of course, just to re-emphasize what Demola just told us, we are playing that game now on Sunday. But he says if our players are not airlifted to Gabon tomorrow, then they may be forced to come back to Nigeria while we wait for CAF to make a pronouncement on whether that game will be given to Nigeria or whatever CAF decision will be taken at the end of the day. So that's Demola Olajire. We appreciate him for speaking to us clearly on that issue on Sports Tonight. But Dumnodi, let's quickly run through some other issues very quickly. Apart from the Nigeria-Gabon game scheduled to take place on Saturday that has been moved now to Sunday, we have other CAF Under-17 Championship games, qualifying games lined up for this weekend. Dumnodi, you've been keeping your eyes on those games. I'm sure you can run through for us very quickly.
Well, the Nigerian game, you mentioned it. Gabon will be hosting Nigeria. Zambia against Uganda. Cameroon, Ghana, big game. Mali against Tunisia. Angola, Cote d'Ivoire, South Africa, and Egypt. These are the 7 countries. So
this is the last round of qualifying games.
You win the first leg. You win on 2 legs.
Over 2 legs. You qualify.
You join Nigeria
for the CAF Under-17 Championship. Okay, so that's the situation right there. The fixtures for you. We wish the boys the best of luck if they get to play the game on Sunday in Gabon. All right, let's come home now. Let's talk grassroots very quickly. Let's take you very quickly to Uyo Dumnodi. The Governor Akpabio Under-18 International Tournament is starting tomorrow. What's the story?
Well, it's starting tomorrow, and of course, it's going to run through for 9 days, ending on the 21st of September. The game will be taking place at the Uyo Township Stadium. Countries, youth teams from Canada, from Czech Republic, and 26 states across the nation is going to be part of this tournament and another tournament. The tournament has produced players like, let me just bring it back home. Namso Edo, Aqua United, highest scorer in the domestic league.
Highest goal scorer of Aqua United.
In the domestic league, the Global Premier League. In Akpan, the captain of Aqua United, and some players from Aqua Star-led, Ibom Youth FC, and players who have traveled out of this country. But I'm bringing it back home because the tournament is growing and it's going bigger and better.
All right, so that's the story around the Governor Akpabio.